DVC is a 22-year-old company. It's got a great foundation, of which it was mainly built on printing. We've really expanded our offering here lately and getting that brand out into what we do. And we've grown quite a bit over the last year. We've actually almost doubled in staff. And that in doubling in staff, we've been able to really double what we're offering to our clients to accomplish their goals and partner with them. Well, the main thing in buying a company is the people, and our staff that we have there it's a tenured staff. They're able to do they're very talented, and in that talent we've been able to expand that offering. DVC's got a great location, like I said, a great staff, part of the community, and in that basis of staff, we've been able to really branch out and get ourselves in front of some people, and doing our own marketing for ourselves, which is always fun. You market your company as a marketing company, which is always, you're always your biggest critic. So, we always are pretty tight on what we get out there, but we want to get out there and let people know what we do, and bigger than anything, why I said about the staff is because the staff is, you can go out there and tell people you can do anything, but at the end of the day, you actually have to be able to fulfill what they're looking for, and we've been doing that, and our staff is second to none. I would say the biggest thing is, again, back to our people. I mean, our people, we care about other people's companies. We understand that it's important for us not to just be a provider. One of the key words we always use, which people will hear, is we're partners with people. We actually have some formal partnerships that we've formed with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Tampa Bay Rays, and we're talking with USF right now about possibly doing a partnership with them. But even our partners that are coming in and essentially, yes, we're providing them a product and a service. We look at really as a partnership with them and really care about their brand and their people, and I think people see that. From the beginning, we start with that conversation of what are you guys trying to get across, and what are your initiatives as a company, all the way to the point at the end where we actually produce, at the end of the day, the website and the printing and whatnot, the POP that goes in the stores. And that really sets us apart because we have the front end with the design and the development, if you will, and the back end with the actual print that actually comes out. So it's different. So that's why we decided to go with visual communications as opposed to, a marketing firm or, printing, this kind of thing. It kind of gets it out there that we just, in general, just visually communicate your brand. Commonplace is, more than anything, is where. Where do you spend that time? Where do you spend that money? There's so many different mediums now, and the businesses that we deal with are so diverse. I mean, it's not one and the same. You have a restaurant or a sports team, or we even work with some authors getting published, their books published, and speaking engagements and whatnot. So, I mean, it's very diverse, but all of them have the same end-all goal, is that they want to get their brand out there, and what's the best way to communicate that, and what's the best medium to communicate it through. We just have a lot of conversation with them, and I think that's the biggest part of it, is a lot of communication. Like I said, we research these new means extensively to make sure that it's the right place for them to be. And we have a conversation with them just to kind of show the power of it, and it doesn't take long to figure out. I mean, you can get in front of thousands of people for pretty inexpensive if you know about the right way to go about it and to communicate your brand. So yeah, there are. It's surprisingly, there's a lot of businesses that actually don't even have websites. More and more businesses are getting Facebook pages to be able to communicate their brand and attracting their fans. And that's really a big thing that we try to communicate to these brands, is that you already have these fans, these people that like you, whether it be friends or or customers that already use you, but get them to be the first ones of those pages and talk about you. And the more they talk about you, it's going to get out to, you know, that second reach of their friends and further out. Then you start to grow exponentially. Yeah, I definitely believe that the social media is going to change a lot of the way that these brands get their name out there. The community has figured out that they have a voice, and somebody's listening, and there's a good give and take there for brands to really engage with the client, find out good feedback of who they are and what kind of, you know, products and services they're looking for, and good feedback on what they offer. You know, you go in a search engine, for example, and you'll type in, you know, an attorney in Tampa, and you look for an attorney or some sorts. What'll happen now is, you know, based on those keywords, it'll come up as, you know, somewhat of an algorithm in Google and pop up to the top there. And that's really not the way. I mean, to find who you want to deal with. I mean, people now want to know who they're dealing with. So the way that these algorithms they work, that just puts that person to the top there because they have certain keywords and spend some good money on that. Or you know, if you go in the phone book, it's the biggest ad in there, and so people call that and whatnot. But it's a very impersonal decision to decide to use that attorney and whatnot. But what's going to happen here in the future, and is already starting to happen, is when you search in that same keyword or keywords, what'll happen is it'll come to the top. But it'll also tell you who that you know is dealing with this through these social medias. It'll say, you know, your friend likes this, or you know, they're friends with each other, that kind of thing. They deal with each other. So your first call isn't actually going to be to that attorney, if you will. You'll actually call your friend and say, hey, you know, I see that you are, you know, friends with this. You know, what kind of relationship do you have? You know, is this a good guy to deal with? And more, that's going to go that direction, so that people don't feel like they're spending money for them to now realize that's not really the place they wanted to spend their money in the first place. They talk to a friend and get some good feedback. We're not big on selling ourselves. We don't try to be salesmen, you know, and we try to express that to our brands that we work with. That it's not so much you just want to talk about what products and services you offer. I mean, people, they're not, you know, it's the personal. And then you have this divided line business. That line is becoming very gray. You know, it's in today's world. You know, there isn't that big separation. It's kind of you know, one and the same. And so what's happening is we like to talk to our clients, you know, and just be friends with them and have them, you know, maybe they'll go out and tell some people and just get, you know, the word's going to get out. People are going to know who you are and what you do. But people really like to deal with people they like. And so I really try to just engage, you know, people on our page to be friends and kind of know what we're about and what we're doing in the community. And we really feel like that in itself will help grow our brand, and it has. And we've seen great interaction. We get good recommendations on a regular basis where people will come in and say, hey, I've got a friend that, you know, it's on a fan on your page. And next thing you know, we're building, you know, that person a website. And we really believe that's the way to go instead of just selling directly to those fans. Community is what we're about. You know, that's the main driver of our business, is how we get out into the community. We work with a lot of ministries, Metropolitan Ministry and Trinity Cafe. We work with the churches of the community, a lot of nonprofits. We spend our time helping those people. We even take some days off, you know, during work, and go to Trinity, for example, and serve. I really feel that's what we're about, is serving our clients and serving in the community. And so it's a big part of it. And our staff is wonderful. They've gotten behind it, and in that, it's really changed our culture. And we're trying to be a light, you know, for people, and a light on Tampa Bay, if you will, to get that word out there. But the future of DocuSource and what we're about, we know that it's going to be fun. We're going to be a part of the community. We hope to get other people to be a part of the community and understand there's really a responsibility there, being part of the community, independent of whatever type of business or, you know, product or services you're trying to offer, is there's a lot of people here that need help, and I think these businesses are starting to more and more understand that they're really the ones that are going to help make the difference. When we've tried to do that ourselves, and the more that we've done that and partnered with other corporations, we're really starting to see a difference in the community surrounding us. And so, I know that that's going to be part of the future as far as, the marketing and the technology and all the business side of it. We're going to evolve with it. We'll continue to stay on the forefront of it, and get that in front of our clients so that they know. But like I said, more and more we just know what we're about, and we want to make sure we keep that at the forefront and driver of who we are and what we are and what we offer, that kind of thing. It'll continue to evolve.